Two angels from heaven are trying to warn you. And this is their final attempt to reach you before a shift completes in your life. Not because something is immediately wrong, but because something is already changing around you in ways you have not fully recognized yet. There are moments lately when everything feels slightly different, like your thoughts are deeper than usual, like your emotions respond faster than logic, like your awareness is slowly becoming sharper without effort. These are not random feelings. These are signals. The angels say you have been experiencing subtle changes for days now, but your mind may have dismissed them as stress, imagination, or coincidence. But what you are feeling is not imagination. It is awareness beginning to activate. Something in your life path is shifting direction. Not loudly, not suddenly, but gradually, like a hidden process already in motion. What was once delayed is now slowly becoming active again, and what was hidden from your understanding is beginning to surface in small fragments. You may notice that certain situations no longer feel the same as before. Things you once ignored now feel important, and things you once trusted without question now feel slightly unclear. This is how transformation begins, not through chaos, but through awareness. The angels sent toward you are not here to create fear. They are here to stabilize your direction during this transition. Because transitions always feel confusing when you are inside them, you may start noticing changes in your emotional reactions. Moments of silence that feel heavier than normal, or thoughts that appear without explanation during the night. These experiences are not signs of danger. They are signs of alignment. Type Amen if you feel this shift. 111. There is something in your environment and timing that is slowly reorganizing itself around your presence. Some things are becoming distant, some connections are weakening, and some paths are quietly closing without warning. But at the same time, something new is preparing to enter your awareness. The angels are saying this is not loss, this is correction. Type Amen if you trust divine timing. 222. You are being guided away from confusion, not pushed into fear. Because clarity does not always arrive in one moment. Sometimes it builds slowly, through feelings, intuition, and repeated inner signals. And if you have been sensing that something does not feel the same anymore, you are not wrong. That is awareness expanding. Type Amen if you trust your intuition. 333. There will soon come a moment where something small will happen, a conversation, a thought, or an observation. And suddenly everything will make sense. You will look back and understand why certain things had to shift, why certain people had to distance, and why certain situations could not continue the way they were. And in that moment, clarity will replace confusion. Type Amen if you accept your path. 777. The angels are not removing you from your life. They are aligning you with a version of your life that matches your next level. You are not losing direction. You are entering a corrected one. And even if it feels uncertain right now, it is still progress. Because silence is often the space where transformation prepares itself. Type Amen if you believe you are being guided. 999. You are not late. You are not stuck. You are simply in transition. And this message is only here to remind you that what is unfolding in your life is already part of a larger alignment that you cannot yet fully see. There is something you may not have considered yet. What if the changes happening around you are not random at all? What if every delay, every sudden shift, and every emotional wave you've been experiencing has a deeper purpose behind it? The angels are asking a question right now. Have you noticed how certain memories keep returning without warning? Not the happy ones, but the ones that make you pause, think, and feel something unresolved inside you. Why do you think that happens? because nothing returns without reason. Something in your past is trying to complete a cycle, and cycles only repeat when something was left unfinished. Type Amen. If you have been feeling this 111, you may also notice something strange. Certain people from your past feel connected again, even without contact. You think about them, or they suddenly appear in your thoughts at random moments. Why would that happen now? The angels say this is not emotional confusion. This is energetic alignment. Something is trying to resolve itself before your next stage begins. And here is the real question. Are you the same person you were during that old chapter? Or have you already changed without realizing it? Because if you have changed, then the old version of your story cannot continue the same way. Type Amen if you feel you have changed. 222. There is something you have been avoiding. Not because you forgot it, but because every time you come close to it, something inside you hesitates. Why do you think that happens? Why does a simple thought, a simple memory, or even a forgotten idea suddenly feel heavy when it returns? The angels are asking you now. What if that thing you avoided is actually the key to your next step? Not something new, but something already inside your story. Something you left behind when fear was louder than clarity. Type Amen if you feel this pull. 111. You may not realize it yet, but your life is entering a phase where old things will start resurfacing, not to disturb you, but to reveal something you couldn't understand before. Have you noticed how sometimes a random idea comes back after months, or a forgotten plan suddenly feels alive again? Why now? Why not before? Because timing is not random. Timing is intelligent, and what was once blocked is now being unlocked. Type Amen if you trust divine timing. 222. The angels are pointing to something deeper. There is a pattern in your life that keeps repeating. You try, you pause, you doubt, you restart. And then the cycle begins again. Have you ever asked yourself why this loop exists? What is it trying to teach you? Because cycles don't repeat to punish you. They repeat until you finally understand what they are showing you. And now you are closer than ever to understanding it. Type Amen if you are starting to see your pattern. 333. There is also something unusual happening around your decisions. You think you are choosing randomly, but deep inside you feel like something is guiding your choices. A direction you cannot fully explain, but also cannot ignore. Why is that? Because not every decision is conscious. Some decisions are alignment-based. You don't choose them. They choose you. Type Amen if you feel guidance. 444. And here is the question the angels want you to sit with. What if your confusion is not a blockage, but a transition phase? What if your mind is simply catching up with a new version of your path? Because every upgrade feels confusing at first. Every new level feels uncertain before it becomes clear. And every transformation feels like delay before it becomes direction. Type Amen if you accept change. 555. There is something else you should notice. Why do certain people suddenly feel distant without reason? Why do some conversations lose meaning? Why do some connections feel like they are fading on their own? Is it loss or is it removal? Because not everything that leaves your life is a loss. Some things leave because they cannot survive your next level. Type Amen if you understand release. 777. The angels are also revealing something subtle. You are becoming more aware of energy. You can sense people before they speak. You can feel tension before it shows. You can detect intention before action. Why is that happening? Because your awareness is expanding beyond physical understanding. You are no longer just reacting to life. You are reading it. Type Amen if you feel this shift. 999. And now the most important question. What if nothing in your life is random anymore? What if even delays, silence, and confusion are part of a system that is organizing your next breakthrough? Because from where the angels are watching, everything is already connected. Even what looks broken, even what feels unfinished, even what seems lost. It is all moving somewhere. Type Amen if you believe in divine order. 1212. There is something coming closer to your awareness, not suddenly, but step by step. A realization, a memory, a moment of clarity that will make you pause and say, "Now I understand." And when that moment comes, you will realize that nothing was ever wasted. Not your time, not your pain, not your silence. Everything was preparation. Type Amen if you trust your journey. 1414. And the angels are not asking you to force anything. They are asking you to notice, to observe, to understand. Because when awareness rises, confusion cannot survive. The moment your pen touches paper again, something shifts that cannot be explained in normal language. It is not just writing, it is activation. There is a reason the angels keep returning to this instruction. Because what you create with your hands is no longer ordinary effort. It is spiritual transmission. Have you ever noticed how certain ideas appear in your mind out of nowhere, as if they were waiting for you to become ready? Why do those thoughts come at specific times? Why not before? Why not after? Because timing is never random. Timing is structured. And right now, your structure is changing. Something inside you is no longer the same version that used to delay things, doubt things, or abandon ideas halfway. That version is being replaced, not suddenly, but steadily. Type Amen if why.